Alrighty, and here we are with the first pack. Again, as stated last time, if you watched last time, of course, the packs, so there's only 4 people, so there's less packs to go around. Basically, what I found is you try to just take as much of one color as you're looking for. Definitely going to take Knightly Valor. Citadel Castellan might even wheel. So the cards that'll probably be gone, actually, I don't know. So the cards that'll probably be gone, maybe Husk, maybe Scout, maybe Wolf, but then I'll get the pack back. So maybe Instincts or Wolf will be here. Green White. I do like green white in this. I know that a lot of people say green is pretty weak, but I don't agree. The blue is pretty terrible, so you want to stay away from blue if you can. At least in this pack. Black just has the Husk. I definitely want to take an Evolving Wilds at some point. I realized that in this weird format of only having 12 packs to work with total, having a fixer that allows you to splash another color is actually really important. So even like Caves of Koilos, if I was going to go black, would be really important. Which I might take black and actually maybe get Possessed Scab back and maybe splash the Knightly Valor. That's actually not a bad idea, because Knightly Valor is just way too good. But I think Unholy Hunger is probably the pick because it's removal, and that's obviously super important. And I might even be able to get this back as fixing as well. I mean, it's a Phantom draft, so I don't have to keep anything, so nothing's worth anything. And I actually was saying that it'd be cool if they made all these foil, just because it's not worth anything. I think that'd be kind of cool, a different way to do it. It doesn't cost them anything. There's no like other programming thing that they need to add, so it'd be kind of cool. But gonna go with the Unholy Hunger. I think here we might just take the Cleric of the Forward Order. Definitely need 2 drops in this format. Farika's Disciple is really good, and Dwynen's Elite can be okay. Zendikar's Incarnate's alright, but we're definitely not in either of those colors, so we're going to try this. If blue looks like it's still passed around, we may dip into the black-blue option and maybe get the Possessed Scab back, but we will see. So there's a lot of green here. I think Wild Instincts is probably going to be the pick. Despoiler of Souls, it's aggressive, yes, but it can't block. And the option to get it back is just way too difficult. You have to have 2 cards in the graveyard and then exile, and that's just a 3/1. Watercourser is really good, but I'm trying to do white-black. I guess there's the Weight of the Underworld. There's also Enshrouding Mists. Enshrouding Mist, singular. See, these 2 green cards aren't that great though, so you have these 2 green cards, black card here. We'll take Instincts and see where that kind of leads us. So Instincts number 2, Timberpack Wolf. There's the Evolving Wilds, like I said. I think we'll go Instincts number 2, more removal. We need to get some creatures, yes, but I think we can do that definitely in the next couple packs. Instincts number 2. I think I might take this Caves of Koilos. I think I can force myself. So now I don't know what to do. I can do the Renown guy here. I could do the Gorger and try to go with the black and green splash white. I think. Or I could skip the Unholy Hunger. Yeah, let's get the Unholy Hunger for now. Let's not be married to that. Let's try to do the white-green. Definitely maybe make the good choice there. Farika's Disciple is awesome. Dwynen's Elite is great as well, but there hasn't been a whole lot of 2-drop creatures, and again, with this format being the fact that you don't get a whole bunch of packs, it's not quite as important to get the 2-drops. So we'll do Disciple there. Definitely going to do Force Mage. Force Mage is awesome. Hopefully in the next 2 packs we can get the 2-mana green creatures. Dwynen's Elite is just, it's one of those things where if you don't have the extra elves, it's just another Timberpack Wolf, and you can get those all the time, or it's even worse than the Cleric of the Forward Order. By themselves, Cleric of the Forward Order is actually the best out of those cycles, because it gives you at least something for being by itself. Where all of the other cycle creatures, the fairy and then the undead servant or whatever it is, the Timberpack wolf, and I don't even know what the red one is. They all require another one to be good. Whereas at least cleric is, you know, good by itself. Ugh, blue card. So we did waste Unholy Hunger there, but I think we settled pretty well into the green-white. It seemed like that flowed pretty well at the end, which is good. Hopefully we can... Well, didn't necessarily want to open a Ghost of Head. But there is a Token Freeblade here. Another Unholy Hunger. So the issue is that this pack is going to give us nothing back. When this comes around a second and third time, I mean, I'm not going to take Valor and Akros. I mean, maybe I can take the Caustic Caterpillar, but maybe I get an Evolving Wilds, a Splash, and a Necromantic Summons or something. But that's the issue, is that there's really nothing going to come back from this pack. And that's the problem with this, just the 4-man. That you just don't see enough variety of cards. I mean, I might even be forced to take the Guardian Meletis, but we will see. I definitely want the suppression bonds. I mean, like Kothafed and a few of those other ones. Maybe I'll get the Visionary back. There's some really good red cards here, and hopefully somebody will jump into red. And then the black, Read the Bones. It might even get the Veteran Sidearms. I'm looking for the Visionary and Sidearms out of here, but suppression bonds is very good. I suppose we could do the other Timberpack Wolf or the Celestial Flare. I definitely want to pick up this Evolving Wilds at some point. I think that'll be very useful. The second Timberpack Wolf is probably going to be better than the Celestial Flare. Maybe if I can pick up even a third one, you know, you could have a opening hand of Wolf Wolf and they have 2 3/3s. So the Recluse fills a spot on the curve. I like Goldforge Sentinel a lot, though, actually. I know it's a 6-drop, but it's a 4/4 flyer. Flying's huge. I feel like we might even get one of these back again. And I think Sentinel... And again, this is a really weird format. If this was an 8-person, I would probably stick with either the Griffin or the Recluse. But the fact that we get to see those cards again makes it important to value other stuff. I guess I can do the Caustic Caterpillar this time. In artifacts, there are enchantments that are important. Excellent, got the Visionary back. The card's gonna be awesome. And we're not even doing the elf theme, but it's just really good by itself. Gives you a blocker, gives you an early presence on the board, replaces itself, you know, all those important things that are definitely good for... Okay, so we did get the Evolving Wilds, which is awesome. Definitely want to try and find something that is worth splashing, because I think that's going to be important. I could splash blue for tutelage, but that's probably not going to happen. There's really nothing here that I want to splash. Ring Warden Owl probably is, besides tutelage being... Well, I suppose I could just take tutelage so nobody else is in it. I don't have any other flyers though for Ring Warden Owl, but I'll take tutelage and hate that for now. See, the splash. Here's the problem: the splash cards that I want to play, Claustrophobia and Unholy Hunger, you can't splash them because of the double color. I would love to play either of those two, but that's not going to happen. And I'm not going to play the Guardians, probably. And if I absolutely had to, I'm sure I could pick one up later. So we'll do this. Excellent. The Veteran Sidearm in this weird format, again, actually is pretty good. Nobody is valuing Read the Bones, so maybe I can splash Read the Bones. The card's really good. And it's something that I might actually be able to play... might actually be able to play it in the late game. So Read the Bones actually would be a splashable card that I could be inclined to play. So we will see. We'll keep that in there for now. these mean anything? I guess we'll take the Artificer, just so nobody burns us out with artifacts. Creatures you control get +1/+1. I'm gonna hate the Cobble Brute. He's kind of a big guy. It's tough to block sometimes. Dismissal. And just the last couple picks. Okay. So we don't need too many more playables. We need 19, I need 4 more picks. Vryn Wingmare. So the problem is it's just a 2/1 flyer. Non-creature spells. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think I want Wingmare. I could take the Whirler Rogue. Whirler Rogue is so good. Because I'm going to get at least something back from this pack. Whether it's Empath, Gorger, or Charging Griffin. And definitely don't want to lose to Whirler Rogue. That's the other weird thing. If you don't want to take any of these, you can just hate something right away because you're going to see stuff again. Again, really weird format, kind of strange, but... and here we have Blessed Spirits or Suppression Bonds. I actually think I want to take the Blessed Spirits. I already have a Suppression Bonds and Wild Instincts, and this fills the curve. I know Suppression Bonds is really good, but I also don't have an Auramancer to get it back. So, we'll take the Blessed Spirits. Just to get something there. If I can get Nightly Valor on the Spirits, I mean, that's just a house. Because they become a 3/3, then you get a +2/+2, so it's a 5/5 Vigilance flyer. And you get the 2/2 Night Token that comes out. So, pretty good there. Also, Nightly Valor on the Farika's Disciple, also really, really good. I think we'll take the Force Mage again. I feel Force Mage is really good for pushing in through damage. And also the Orchard Spirit, again, with the Nightly Valor, also really good. So now we're going to start seeing the same cards over and over again. And again, it's not a a really much of an official format, but it is important to plan ahead in these. If you know something's going to wheel, or you're pretty sure something's going to wheel, and there's something else that's either more important or something else that you need to hate, like the World Rogue or something, feel free to take it. So we lost the Llanowar Empath, but we still have the Vryn Wingmare, and then we could do another Gorger as a big beater. I'm not going to splash anything else, although the Bounding Krasis... Bounding Krasis actually could be splashed instead of Read the Bones, but I think that Read the Bones gives you more value. Every once in a while, Bounding Krasis will be a 2-for-1, but it's not guaranteed. I think the big beater... I kind of wish that these were... whatchamacallit? I wish that they were the Spider. Was the Sky Snare Spider or something? The Spider's the 6/6 is ridiculous, but it's not, so we'll just go with what we got. I don't want 2 Veteran Sidearms, so let's take the other. I mean, I could splash also the Necromantic Summons. It does get a creature from any graveyard. I could splash that and Read the Bones instead of the Zendikar's Royal, but that just seems kind of not what I really want to do. This only gets forests, right? Yeah. So Nissa's Pilgrimage is also not really what I want to be doing, so we'll just take the Aeronaut. I don't have enough creatures to go wide for Sigil of Valor. Sigil of Valor, when it's just one creature, doesn't do you anything, because it's like Exalted, but you have to have other creatures to turn it on. Brawler's Plate is too slow, so we'll take the Turn to Frog. So the Krasis is still here. I could look at blue, but I think the Suppression Bonds, Blessed Spirits, Free Blade, and Nightly Valor are more than anything I have in... Well, I do have Whirler Rogue, Claustrophobia, Tutelage, a Bounding Krasis. It's actually kind of close. A Turn to Frog, and Aspiring Aeronaut. Somebody probably could convince me to play green, blue instead of green, white pretty easily. Like, I could do green, blue, splashing Nightly Valor, or Suppression Bonds, or both. and not really. I mean, I would miss the free blade, of course, but outside of that, it's actually not that far out of the question here. Um, hmm. That is interesting. Even the Artificer's Epiphany, especially if I played Whirler Rogue and the Aspiring Aeronaut, and the Sentinel on the sidearm might actually be enough to, instead of splashing the Read the Bones, I could just splash that, or I could play that. Let's look at that actually. So let's bring in. Okay. So sort by mana cost. So we take out. Well, we take out a Gorger anyway as number one, right? So we take out Bonds, Valor, Spirits. We play Turn to Frog. Drake, Tutelage, Phobia, Crisis. It makes the 3-drop a lot more cluttered, but I still have 4 creatures in the 4-drop slot and the sidearm, so it's not that bad. And I could always play the Maritime Guard if I needed to. Don't have any creatures in the 5-drop slot, which kind of is not great. So that was up here. But if I took out those Zendikars Royal, which I'm not a huge fan of, and put in Knightly Valor, the biggest thing that I lose is the Blessed Spirits that way. But I'm actually feeling okay. And I don't know if I would play Tutelage, or if I would play Artificer's Epiphany instead. I definitely want Valor, I think. So that's kind of that's like Tutelage, but I don't have a Tutelage plan. I'm not set up to do a Tutelage plan. Maybe I take up both Epiphany and Tutelage and play Suppression Bonds. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. With the Valor on the splash. I mean, that doesn't look terrible. I would need to cut something. I cut Caterpillar, I suppose. Well, we're only heavy blue for Claustrophobia and Whirler Rogue. And I'm not a huge fan of splashing 2 spells, but Bonds and Valor are probably better than both Sphinx's Tutelage and Epiphany. So we're going to try that. We're going to see if we can... And I suppose probably should be looking at playing 18 lands with playing the Gorgers, but I think this will be okay. So 2 planes. I don't want to go that few islands because I definitely need 2 for Claustrophobia and for Whirler Rogue. 6. I might do 7/7 because Royal is the only thing that does double green, and I have 2 cards that do double blue. So, but I do need green right away early on, so I suppose that it's 6/8's probably better. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we're gonna submit this, I guess. I know it's a pile, but we'll see what happens.